So the SCEP project, Bel Torrente, is one of my favorite projects for sure. Bel Torrente is a huge, massive karst system in the Gulf of the Orosei. It lies more or less in the middle of the Gulf of the Orosei in a remote area. The entrance is just available per boat around 20-25 minutes ride to the main entrance, and you actually need to bring the gear to the entrance of that cave and start dive. Over the years, we expand the cave to over 9 kilometers at the end so far. Bel Torrente is the name of the system. That means nice current. We dive on the entrance with all the gear to S1 and come here out into the dry cave area, drop the gear here and transport the gear over to the lake of S2. So this took us just like a full day of work. It's around roughly 1.2 kilometers. We have estimated depth of 45 meters. In the year 2007, I took over the project and started to explore more and more and more, particularly together with Hubert Zisler. So both of us, we did several years of exploration as well, one time with Rick Stanton together from England and international teams, and a friend of mine, Tim Featonby from Australia. So step by step, the cave was growing.
A little bit over 1,200 meters, and now time to go to Sump 2.
Da drüben macht der Genietet, ne? So Monday we geared up here and we started dive through S2, Sump 2, and this is just like absolutely stunning cool dive. It's a massive cave. It goes down straight to 45 meters, then up again to around 15 meters, something like that, and there's kind of a drop. It's going down to around 60 meters maximum depth.
End of sump 2.
We are just setting up the camp. We just do sump 2. And taking out all everything from the dry tubes. Trying to make this place a new home for the next 5 days. To get a good place to rest.
So we start as well with the gear to transport all the gear over around 500 meters over different terrains. And we drop the gear on a ramp, which is just like a shaft, which is around 80 meters depth. And we drop the gear there to lower the next day all the gear down to the water.
Yeah, but we still go to do something.
Yeah, I will experiment do it this, yeah? Faster. Okay. Super important.
Pasta bolognese, and the rest I have no idea. But I have to tell, it is delicious.
Sounds not too bad, huh?
Perfect.
So, buddy, what's going on this side?
It's so salty, I tell you.
I know, because I have the same.
I like it salty, but this is very salty.
So the problem is, you're gonna get tonight, my friend. You're gonna get really, really thirsty, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't drink much today as well.
No.
Lots of
But
walking.
you lost a lot of salt, didn't he, Vitek?
He was carrying a lot, sweating. I think he lost a lot of salt.
Yeah, you need it, buddy. Enjoy.
I can't wait for the tea and drum.
Hydration is very important. And we have to keep that what we drink.
I had a kind of micro sleeps, and I think that's okay. So, ready? Just need a coffee.
Ready for the next push?
Ready for the next push for sure. I want to go.
Awesome. What about you, my friend? Good morning, Max.
Good morning. I was very thirsty from the noodle soup.
The most important part of the day.
So, we had a two-day setup action. We have right now all the gear by siphon free. So the plan is today dive siphon free, push the gear further to siphon 4, and then I try to dive siphon 5, which I'm looking for about 5 years already. So I have an absolutely great team here. These guys are just like incredible cool.
So we upside down now to some free, and when we transport have, cable tie I have. Oxygen.
Oxygen is here, wheels are there. Fins mask down, TS down. 7-liter tanks moving down. You guys, your tanks are good?
Toddy,
Yeah,
you drive with 1.7 liter, right?
I got with 170.
Okay.
I go.
Yes.
Perfect.
But it's heavy.
Okay, ready? Okay, coming.
So to arrive to S3, that's more or less a breaking point, because exactly on that spot right now we have a problem. Because what we need here single rope technique experience. That means we need a full gear of rigging, and what we have to do is we have to descend straight into the water on a rope, lower us down, and we actually just like enter the water. So we don't have any ground anymore. So all the gear which it comes down, we need to hook on some lines which we prepared before, the day before. We leave all the tanks, the gear, the TS side mount systems there. And what we did, we have to gear up at the water surface, make everything ready. And this is kind of definitely a breakdown, because from this point on, everything is absolutely super remote. You need to be really careful how you walk, how you dive, what you do. Good, so we exit on S3. So what happened here? Here's a little bit a change of the team and a change of which equipment is now necessary to take over to S4. So we dropped the OC tanks, roughly normally 2 4-liter tanks, 2 7-liter tanks, my 2 carbon tanks, and my rebreather, my side mount rebreather. So what happens, the team helped me to push over the dry area to S4. And to go over the dry area here, you have some pretty sharp rocks. It's like razor passages, just like you really have to take care how you walk. You have deep valleys, you have something to climb. It's definitely not an easy terrain to walk over. You really have to be careful what you do here.
So we are in siphon 4. Max and I, we dive right now through, I think about 80 meters, something like that. We set up a new line because the old one is not here anymore. And after siphon 4, you can actually walk a little bit over a sandy passage. Left and right, there are some other subs, and then we should be on sub 5, and then I continue the dive.
I took my 2 carbon tanks and my T-Rep MCCR unit, and as well Max, he take his 2 4-liter tanks, open circuit, and we went through to S4, which is around 12 meters in depth and maybe around 80 meters long in distance. When we exit here, it's pretty cool because you can exit, you can walk a little bit, you just like pull up your gear, you leave everything on, and after about 8 to 10 meters, you actually fall again back into the water.
5 years for this, huh?
5 years. We're back again. So, the last team was Hubert Zisler, Rick Stanton, and myself. And Rick and I, we did dive 4, and we checked and we found siphon 5. So I was diving to around 12-15 meters that time, and I saw a continuous passage going on. So I want to be sure when I'm back, the right gear for the right task. So this happens today. I think super strong team is ready. Gear set up. It's just time to go and see where this brings goes.
It's the time to go now. Now I had a strong team. I had a gear ready. I felt good, fantastic. Full massive reel with around almost 350 meters of line. And then actually I started dive. Connect the first tie off, start into it, and the cave started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I saw stalactites, stalagmites. It was just like beautiful, kind of a blue scenario, and the cave is just going. It was absolutely stunning. So I did several tiles and I realized, okay, this cave will not stop just like after 50, 80 meters. I think I will be longer underwater. And this happened. So I just continue, I just follow the cave, and it's going.
3, 2, 1.
On its about, I completely finished the line, fixed the line. So I turned around and I prepared the measurement tool, the Seacraft ENC3 measurement device, the line measurement device right now, and set it up. And actually I did the whole measurement on the way back, and I came back on S5 after around roughly 60, 70, 80 minutes, something like that. So I exit back to the surface. Max was already waiting.
So, Toddy, finally back from a push dive. How was it?
Just let me have a look. You can see 336 meters. the first push dive. So one full explorer reel is gone. It's completely empty now. Oh, I didn't expect that. Absolutely not. I take the big explorer reel with me, and with a thin line, with 1.5mm line, and I was thinking, wow, impossible to do that maybe. But let's take the big one, and it's just going.
So day 3 again. So I finally reached the sum 5, and I started dive, and it was great because right now I had a really cool time because I was just following the line from the previous day, and I had a possibility to scout the side walls, the area, scouting left and right walls. Maybe there are some leads going on, and I was just like following the line, and sooner or later I checked in front of me, there was some movement. The first time I was like, what is that? So, and the crazy thing was, I saw a conger eel. I was like speechless. I was like, what is that? Why a conger eel is in S5 over almost 4 kilometers deep from the coast? And I was like, oh, this cannot happen. How does it work? So for me it was cool because I did a film of the conger eel, and I have all the time the conger eel in my mind. I was like, why this conger eel is here? So I said, okay, let's figure it out. I went further, went to the end of the line from the previous day. I looped it in, the new reel, big explorer reel, and I went again. So what I did another 150 meter dive, and I actually went up in a huge lake up to the water surface, and I saw in front of me a massive dry cave continuously just going. I was like, wow, that was awesome. So what I did, I take off the gear, I walked out, I scouted a little bit, I went further, and then I realized, oh, that's a huge, massive boulder area. So what I did, I had to climb under huge, massive boulders, found a way to continue in that dry cave section. So I came back where my gear was, just like at the lake, at the beginning of the lake. It was kind of a small sandy area where I was sitting down, and just recap what happened. So the dry cave was clear. This dry cave section is just like the main passage, which for sure we go. So we have to come back. That was clear from that stage on. But I was sitting on a rock, and I was thinking about this conger eel. Where did this conger eel came from? And I said, okay, what I do right now, I do the measurement on the way back, but I really check every corner, every side passage. I need to have a deep look because I believe there is some other section, there's another lead where I can dive. So I did it on the way back. I did at first the measurements, then I went back a little bit and I checked every corner, left and right, left and right. Took me around maybe 40 minutes of diving, and at one stage, whoa, stop. On the left side, there is something behind. I saw a little bit kind of a window. I saw a little bit like a blue-black spot in the background. It was a tunnel. So I went there, had a look inside. I create the tie-in station, and actually I start to dive in that Ramo del Grongo passage. I called it like that. So I just try to follow where the eel is going. And I just like went into an absolute stunning passage. It was mind-blowing.
We did it. We managed to push further S5 and we set up 150 meters on new line, found an amazing further dry cave, huge, massive. And the cave is going on, going on. On the way back, I was like thinking, what this fucking Conger eel is doing. He has to come from somewhere. I will not go out before I don't found his lead. I found the lead and I set up 300 meters of new passage underwater, average depth 8 to 10 meters, and the cave still, it goes on, goes on. We finish the reels, we take your part.
In the meantime, after helping Toddy to bring the gear in, we started to survey a side branch.
We are in the Broken Trousers passage and measuring, doing survey, and it continues in a very promising direction.
With Max. And there we found a window, which after climbing started to go on, going first east, escaping completely from the known cave, and then turning southeast. Looking really nice. We surveyed like 250 meters of the dry cave, and then we met with Toddy, who already brought most of his gear back. So we had over 700 meters of survey day in 3 people. Huh?
Wow.
Good day.
Good day.
The cave is going. So I think it's official. We are over 10 kilometers of length.
Absolutely.
In Torrente cave system.
Awesome.
So Toddy, finish up these boring interviews. We need to connect Ramo del Conger. I have all of the data in the computer, and you show me the point where we bind it in. Huh? Sump 4 added. Dry section between added. Sump 5 added.
Perfect.
After Sump 4, a short dry section, which is finishing in the Sump 5, which was remaining undived for the whole time. So in the first day, Toddy managed to add a good piece of line over 300 meters in Sump 5, and this is this section. And on the second day of exploration, it was possible to finish Sump 5, go to the huge, massive dry passage, which is still going on. It was possible to add Ramo del Conger, following the Conger, a very interesting, strange passage that's apparently turning south after making a curve. Maybe some active inlet, parallel branch. We have really no idea what will be happening here. It's still going on.
So the big question is right now, where this passage goes, where the Conger eel come from? We don't know. So that's a big question mark. Pretty sure our next mission will be pushing as well this dry cave at the end right now, maybe building up a smaller base camp here or a second camp here in this area. And as well, what I really want to do is checking Ramo del Grongo and see where this cave is going. This will be our next mission.
3, 2, 1.